Alright, hey guys, it is Chris here again with another video, and in this video today we have learned some unfortunate breaking news. That's right, TransformCo will be closing 2 more Sears stores within the state of New Jersey. And unfortunately, 2 of those Sears are obviously within North Jersey. So the 2 Sears and Roebuck stores that are closing are the Sears and Roebuck store located at the Livingston Mall in Livingston, New Jersey, and the Sears and Roebuck store located in New Brunswick, New Jersey. Now, this was just announced today, and after these closings of these 2 Sears stores, guess how many Sears stores will be left in the state of New Jersey after these closings on Sunday, April 12th, 2020, which is Easter, by the way, so they're probably going to close the day before or much earlier than expected. There will only be 3 Sears and Roebuck stores left in the state, and those locations will be Hackensack, Jersey City, New Jersey, and Rockaway Town Square. So it's very sad. I do truly think it is the end of an era for Sears and Kmart, at least. Look, guys, Eddie Lampert sucks. I made a video about this yesterday. I mean, look, he only cares about the profits. He's a Wall Street billionaire, and he's just taking it right from the people's feet. And he's making these people, have to update their resumes, transfer to another company nowadays because, you definitely don't want to work at another Sears store again, or Sears and Roebuck store, as I like to call it. So, we have an article here from mycentraljersey.com before we get into all the goodness of viewing these stores because they are now closing. So, what we have here is an article from mycentraljersey.com, and this is about Sears, New Brunswick, and Livingston to also close. Sears is completely vacating Middlesex County. A day after the store's parent company, TransformCo, announced that it would be closing the Woodbridge Center location, it announced on Thursday the New Brunswick location on United States Route 1 South near Douglas and Cook campuses of Rutgers University will also be closing. The Sears at the Livingston Mall at 112 Livingston Parkway near the Livingston Mall in Livingston, New Jersey will close as well, TransformCo said. TransformCo spokesman Larry Costello, everybody's favorite TransformCo spokesman, wrote in an email that liquidation sales will begin this week, which means today, because Sears stores that are typically closing begin their liquidation sales on a Thursday. I don't know why, but it's an actual thing. That liquidation sales will begin this week, and the stores are planned to close in mid-April, which the closing date for these stores is Sunday, April 12th, 2020, but it will probably be April 11th on the Saturday because most stores are closed for Easter. The announcement comes just weeks after the Land's End section of the New Brunswick store closed last month, which I was not surprised. The Middlesex County store closures were not previously listed among those transforming planned, but they admit to a recent USA Today report that more than 100 Sears Kmart stores nationwide are in their final days. By the middle of the month, liquidation sales at 51 and 45 Kmart stores, which were originally announced in November, are expected to end. Sears, once one of the nation's largest retailers that featured a hefty catalog of merchandise, is among the stores that have struggled in recent years as online shopping has become more popular. In December, Advanced Auto Parts acquired the popular Die-Hard battery brand from TransformCo for $200 million, utilizing the cash on hand, according to Transfer press release. The landmark New Brunswick Sears on site with a large parking lot dates back decades at its location. So, and then Livingston, I'll read the Livingston article too. And then here we go. Sears at Livingston Mall is closing liquidation sales plan. They say, after a careful review, we've made the difficult but necessary decision to close the Sears stores at the Livingston Mall in Livingston, New Jersey, and the Sears and Roebuck store in New Brunswick on United States Route 1 South in New Brunswick, New Jersey, near the Rutgers campus. This is the Livingston article. Sears will be closing its store at the Livingston Mall and New Brunswick on Route 1, a company spokesman confirmed Thursday. The 2 stores are scheduled to close in the middle of April. In the middle of April, liquidation sales begin this week. After a careful review, we made the difficult but necessary decision to close the Sears stores at Livingston and New Brunswick, the spokesman said. We encourage customers to continue shopping on Sears.com for their product needs. The spokesman declined to comment about the reason for the closure location and what will happen to the employees at these 2 locations. This is a developing story, so you guys get it pretty much. So Sears is really hanging by a thread. I mean, there's going to be 3 Sears stores left in New Jersey, and Kmart is only going to have 4 stores, and the only 4 Kmart stores that will be left after mid-April will be Avenel, Belle Avive, Kearney, and Westwood. That's crazy. So 4 Kmart stores in New Jersey and 3 Sears and Roebuck stores in New Jersey. Guys, that is insane. Anyways, so I guess because of Sears closing, I'll probably end up going to this Sears, I would say probably within the next 2 weeks. And again, that's just because I'm very close to Livingston Mall, and I'll probably end up making a trip to the Livingston Mall at that point. So now Livingston Mall will have to deal with the vacancy of their Sears store. So this Sears is actually a 3-level store. So after these rounds of closings, there will only be one 3-level Sears store left, and that 3-level Sears store is located in downtown Hackensack, New Jersey. So we're going to start off with a street view on the, what is it called? I guess southeast entrance of the store. So this is it right here. Here it is. This is the Sears and Roebuck store. I'm going to try and shift the street view as best as I can. I don't know if I can. So guys, I do apologize, but give me a minute because, like I said, we do have to go through both the New Brunswick location and, of course, the Livingston Mall location. I was actually not surprised to hear this announcement. Okay, we might have to do a view out here, and I'm only doing it out here because you guys can at least get a view of the building. Although maybe, I don't know. Let's try and move just a little bit closer to the building. Okay. All right. So we can give you guys a few seconds here to admire the north. I can't put my what's it called? The southeast entrance of the building. So here we go in 3, 2, 1. Okay, moving on here. This one actually has an interesting architecture pattern. Obviously, Sears, back in the day, guys, Sears stores used to have American flags. It looks like there has not been a flag that has been hung up on this pole for many, 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 many years. It's still very sad that the company's going under as a whole, and I do think that there's going to be one more major round coming, I would say, after this round, and I think it's just going to be over, honestly, for Sears, unfortunately. I feel bad for the people that have put in all their hours and time, but I would say if you're a Sears and Kmart employee watching this video right now, I would strongly suggest you update your resume because your store will be next. So all I'm saying is I gave the warning, but I would strongly suggest if you are at a Sears store that is not currently closing as part of the list that's supposed to come out at some point, please update your resume as soon as possible because you don't want to be screwed when the company says you have 2 months to find a new job. That's all I'm trying to say. And you guys get the idea of this, so I'm going to go ahead and move on. So right here we have the white Sears sign, and merchandise pickup. So I will give you guys a few seconds here to admire this white Sears sign. Still very sad, though, that this Sears and Roebuck store at the Livingston Mall in Livingston, New Jersey is closing. This isn't really an interesting store, but I figured I'd go through this because I also have to go through the New Brunswick one too. But it's still very sad that both of these locations are closing. I mean, I can't believe they added on more. It was like yesterday it was Woodbridge and Morristown, and today it's Livingston and New Brunswick. So I don't think there's going to be any more stores right now, but I would say moving forward, there's going to be probably one more major round of closings, and then I think it's going to be over for these guys, unfortunately. So, I think everybody knew that the end was coming, and I think 2020 is probably going to be the year that Sears is going to kiss goodbye for being in stores. And Kmart, too. Kmart, too, is also going to go bye-bye, too. They're going to go defunct. So, it's very unfortunate. That is one of the old merchandise pickup areas. So I'll give you a few seconds here to admire that. And you can see too, they really invested in this store with the automatic doors. So, but it's very sad. I mean, and Livingston was an interesting one too because it was one of the last 3-level ones that are connected to a mall. The only 3-level one left after this round of closures will be the 3-level one in downtown Hackensack. So, and then moving on here. Then we got the loading dock for the trucks. This isn't really exactly an architecture marvel. It's more of just a big 3-level Sears and Roebuck store. I don't know what Livingston Mall is going to do. I think they're going to have to seriously rethink the whole anchor department store thing. But I'm definitely going to be making a trip to this Sears and Roebuck store sooner than possible, as soon as possible, probably within the next 2 weeks. And that's just because I won't have anything going on, so I'll probably end up just going early in the morning or something on like a Saturday, right when the mall opens before security makes their rounds. So it's still very sad, though. I knew I would have had to make the trip sooner than later, but yeah, it's very sad. Look at just from looking at this parking lot, you could even tell that Sears did not really care. It's unfortunate too because it's like it's like you would think that they would want to invest in, and instead they just completely abandoned this parking lot back here. So it's very sad. There's not really much that we people can do. But that's really it. It looks like they probably paid off a race car company to use their parking lot. I guess Sears is that desperate for money. So right here is the Sears Auto Center. This is also going to be closing as well. This is a much smaller Sears Auto Center, believe it or not. I wouldn't be surprised if it closes a couple of weeks before the actual department store closes. It's still very sad. People could would get their cars fixed at the Sears Auto Center, and now all of a sudden it's over. It's Eddie Lampert seriously got away with taking a lot of money and sucking it out, and now everybody is literally paying the price. Again, I don't like to criticize CEOs, but Eddie Lampert destroyed Sears. And he destroyed Kmart too. So it's not because oh you hate billionaires, but Eddie Lampert he doesn't care about the customer. He doesn't care about his employees. That the employee salaries get cut. It's insane. The man sucks. That period. So that's a Sears Auto Center. I think you guys get an idea of what it looks like. It's still very sad that this store is closing. But like I said, I do plan on visiting it pretty soon. I don't know why that's doing that. Hold on. Whoop. So let's go here. I guess they used to have a car rental here. Yeah, and I guess Budget and Avis finally called it quits for this Sears store. Or maybe they still do. They just don't have Budget anymore. So sorry guys, give me a second here. I just want to try and, yeah, it looks like they had the sign and then they just took it down. So it's a shame, yeah. Oh wow, yeah. This must be a very recent image, like completely gone now. So we'll give you a few seconds here to admire that Auto Center sign. Excuse me. By the way, if you guys haven't figured it out already, this Sears and Roebuck store is actually built on a hill. Believe it or not, as crazy as that sounds. But yeah, this area of Livingston and West Orange just lost their Kmart last month. It actually closed a couple of days ago, and now they're losing their Sears and Roebuck store, which is crazy. I believe liquidation signs went up today in this store, so it's very sad. But I think everybody knows that the end is near, and I think it's just going to be one more round of Sears and Kmart closures, and then I think that's going to be it. So, but anyways, that I believe is a mall entrance. So here's another Sears sign. Let's see if we can center it a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we'll give you guys a few seconds here to admire this. Very nice. All right, and moving on to the last part of the video, we'll get a view of the northwest entrance of the store. So this is probably going to be it. I don't know what this was with this design and architecture pattern, but this is kind of cool. This whole architecture thing here. They must have had they used to display stuff in these windows, but it looks like that sadly has been removed. I guess that like I said, robbing problems and stuff, and look, the display windows too also were covered up. So it's still very sad, and it's there's one man to blame, and it's really Eddie Lampert, and it's just he's seriously putting a lot of people out of jobs. It's Eddie Lampert, really, honestly. And I hate to keep bringing up the man, but he is the reason why we are here today, and these stores are closing today. It's because of him and his business tactic decisions. That's why we're here today. So, And then this is the final part of the building. This is actually right near the Livingston Mall, so I don't want to photobomb Dunkin' Donuts. So this is the last part of the building I'll get you guys to view. Excuse me. Okay, and moving on. All right, so we're gonna get a quick 3D view of this Sears and Roebuck store. So here we go. So we have the southeast entrance of the store. There's only two entrances. So this is the southeast entrance of the store, right over here. And that's a better view of it. You got the Sears and Roebuck building connected to the Livingston Mall. And then finally, the northwest entrance of the store with the auto center on the left and the loading dock all the way back here. So it's still very sad that this store is actually like closing. Like it's just unbelievable. But I mean, you know what? You know, at the end of the day, I look at this as, you know, Eddie Lampert, I think, won. But I think they're gonna try and hold some other protest. I would think they're gonna have to do something like this is really bad. They're gonna have to do something to get people's attention. So, and then this is the Sears Auto Center right here, and then finally one last look at the Sears and Roebuck loading dock at the Livingston Mall, Livingston, New Jersey. So now that I've spent a lot of time on this Sears and Roebuck store, there is another Sears and Roebuck store that is closing, and that is the Sears and Roebuck store located in New Brunswick, New Jersey on United States Route 1 South, right near Rutgers University in New Brunswick, New Jersey. So this is actually the one of the two last freestanding Sears and Roebuck stores in the state of New Jersey. After this one closes in April, the only freestanding Sears and Roebuck store within the state of New Jersey will be the Sears and Roebuck store in downtown Hackensack, New Jersey. So, okay, good. We have plenty of chances to get a view of the building. So here it is. This is the Sears and Roebuck store in New Brunswick, New Jersey. You can see the big blue Sears logo, which is great. So let's try and get this right in the center. There we go. Nice shot. Nice, beautiful shot of that beautiful shot of this Sears sign. It looks like there used to be all kinds of different flags that were here, and probably the Sears flag was, maybe the American flag was here, and the Sears flags were here. So we'll give you guys just a few seconds here, just to take that big, large Sears sign in. All right, and moving on. So we have the right entrance right here. This is, by the way, this store is very similar to the Sears and Roebuck store in Hicksville, by the way. Very, very, very similar. Sears and Roebuck store. So that's the entrance. That's what it looks like when you zoom into this Sears entrance. So I will definitely have to figure out a way to visit this store. Like I said, I am at college, so I'm going to try and go visit it at some point, I think. I just don't know when and where. I'm probably going to have to make a trip on a weekend or something. If I'm in the area, I'll have to stop by and see it. So, anyways. This is the rest of the building right here. I don't know if there is another entrance. This architecture pattern is very interesting with the New Brunswick store. So, but it looks like these have a lot of display windows. It looks like there's another Sears entrance right here into the building. This is actually a 2-floor store. There's a basement, believe it or not, with this Sears, and you'll know exactly why in a minute. This is another really cool looking entrance. So we'll give you guys a few seconds here to admire that. I don't know exactly the coordinates of the entrances and stuff, but I will go over them once we do a 3D view of this Sears and Roebuck store. And then that's one of the main entrances right in there, by the way. Honestly, I'm not surprised that they're closing this one. They actually just closed down the Land's End department last month, so I'm not surprised personally. And, well, okay, we'll view that later. I want to kind of go around the rest of the Sears store. Oh, wow, it looks like they closed this entrance off. This was probably another entrance into the building. It looks like they closed it off recently. I guess they didn't want too many entrances, but yeah, there's a Sears logo here that they never removed. So I'm just giving you guys a few seconds here to admire this building, because this is quite a building to have for Sears to be losing. But like I said, Eddie Lampert doesn't care, and that's just the way that I've accepted it. He genuinely does not care about the brand, does not care about the brands of Sears and Kmart. At least he only cares about the profits, and then it's squeeze the employees and tell them by the end of Christmas, sorry, you're out of a job. That's it. It's like what an insult that is. Just to say, yeah, by the way, we I'm sorry, I'm just giving you guys a few seconds here to admire just this building and architecture and stuff, and I'm doing some commentary as well along with it. So, but the man doesn't care. It's just despicable. It's despicable and disgusting that this man does not care about this store, about these stores, and these employees. It's like, these employees are working their butts off on Christmas, and then when January comes by, or February, sorry, we have to cut costs, and because of that, you're not out of a job. So, it's disgusting. So, look, there's nothing I can do about it. The only thing I can really do is show you guys off these stores. This is actually a really big Sears store, honestly. Here's another entrance. So we gave you guys a few seconds here to admire that. All right, and moving on. I think you guys get the idea of it. So, and then we have to also view the Sears Auto Center. I don't know what this is back here in the store. Oh wow, is that a key? Oh no, this is merchandise pickup. So we'll give you a few seconds here to admire merchandise pickup. And then this is about applying for some Sears card or something. And here's another entrance with the 3% sales tax. So we'll give you guys a few seconds here to also admire this entrance. There's a lot of freaking entrances into the Sears store. I think they closed one. I could see why. I guess they just didn't need so many darn entrances. This is another Sears entrance. I think this is the north. I'd have to say, I don't know the exact coordinates, but probably northwest, honestly. Northwest entrance 2. Back there was northwest entrance 1. It's still very sad that these stores are closing, but I don't want to keep going on about Eddie Lampert, because then it's like Eddie Lampert did this and Eddie Lampert did that, and there's a 3% sales tax on appliances, home improvements, electronics, home fashions, and jewelry. And then this, it looks like, I wonder what this is. Oh wow, Sears Parts and Repair. Wow. Yeah, this is a really cool store too. I know they're both freaking cool. I'm definitely gonna have to visit Sears in New Brunswick, because now it is actually officially closing. I won't visit Woodbridge though. I'm not gonna be able to. It's not that I'm not gonna be able to, but I was there recently, so I don't want to waste my time with that store. So, but yeah, it's still very sad. And even this weekend I'm going to another closing, but it's a Macy's closing. So, just a lot of freaking closings, man. So many elevators are going away. It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Now, you remember how I talked about earlier when we were just beginning to view this store, there was a basement? So you see this little yellow thing right here? I'm not going all the way around, but this, believe it or not, is a truck tunnel. And we'll view it in 3D a little bit later, but you can see too, it's very rusty. Let's see, actually we'll get a very, very, very quick view of it. So this is actually a truck tunnel. Now, the purpose of the truck tunnel was the loading docks for these Sears stores were actually in the basement, which was actually very smart when they were building these freestanding stores back in the day. It's a very interesting, cool thing that I wish a lot of the more of the Sears and Roebuck stores did, but that's why the Sears store is 2 floors. From a first perspective, you're like, oh, it's 1 floor. But when you take a deeper look, you see the truck tunnel. Now, Watchung also used to have a truck tunnel as well as Hicksville, but Hicksville closed, and Watchung, that whole property got redeveloped. So this is one of the last remaining Sears stores that still has a truck tunnel, although it won't be in function for much longer as the store is ceasing to operate in April. Just something very interesting I'd bring up about this store. Yeah, the two stores that are closing, they're actually very interesting, so I do apologize if the video is going on for a little bit. I believe this used to be the Sears Garden Center. Yeah, you believe that? Sears Garden Center. They really made the New Brunswick location so big, but this was their only one back in the day. You got to remember, the Sears and Roebuck store at the Woodbridge Center came much, much later. This was their prime location in Essex County. Or, I'm sorry, not Essex County, Middlesex County. Sorry. I still can't believe they're completely exiting Middlesex County, though. That's crazy. They're closing both locations in Middlesex County. And Essex County, too, is also losing their only Sears store. They're still going to have a Sears outlet, but still, it's still very sad. So, and then over here is the former garden center. It looks like this has been abandoned for many, 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 many years. So, yeah. It's a pretty big garden. This probably was a very small garden center, too, I bet. So, anyways, I think you guys pretty much get the idea of it. So, I'll go ahead and move the video on. It looks like this is some vent for the store. And if we go over here, it looks like this used to be another entrance into the building. It looks like the lights have been taken out. Shopping cart, the entrance has been completely walled off. All this stuff was freaking cool, though. I will say I was very impressed with it. So, this is a pretty cool store. I will have to say, I'm definitely gonna have to visit it. I'm gonna find a way to go to this store, guys. Don't worry. April, so I have plenty of time. I'll probably go home at some point in March and visit this store during my break. But I'll definitely have to go to Livingston in 2 weeks or something like that. So, anyways, moving on here. So the last bit of this building in the front, the facade, and then this is the final and last entrance, because then we've actually done a complete round around the store. So there it is. A few seconds here to admire it. Okay, moving on, and then into there. That's welcome to Sears and Roebuck. I'm out of breath. So, anyways, and finally, let's take a quick look at the Sears and Roebuck Auto Center. One of the last full functional ones, and this one I guess also had an Avison budget rental car. This was probably the only really active part of the store, honestly. So we'll give you guys a few seconds here to admire that. Okay, moving on, and it looks like Sears and Roebuck had a partnership with Avison Budget, but I believe that partnership has since been dissolved, where they would actually have a rental car service while you were getting your car fixed, which actually was a really good business tactic. I mean, obviously it doesn't work now, but it's still very sad. I mean, it's very sad that this store is actually closing. But like I said, I'm definitely going to have to make a trip here at some point in March. So that's the Avison Budget. I don't know if Avison Budget will be open. I think they're probably going to close once it closes. Look at all those auto workers. So this is the part of the garage. I'll give you guys a few seconds here to admire it with the Sears sign. Okay, moving on. Let's get the whole Auto Center sign. Looks like this is a different type of blue that they replaced it with, because this blue is definitely faded. Okay, moving on. And then this is the other portion of the Auto Center. Okay, moving on. Wow, 5 gigabytes. Bunch of parked cars, I guess. I guess they released out some of the space to the trucks. That's Route 1 right out there. Come on, why isn't this going? Okay, there we go. And then this is the back part of the Sears Auto Center without getting any of the trees. There, all right, I'll give you guys a few seconds here to admire that. And finally, moving on to the final portion of the Sears Auto Center. This is the back part of the Auto Center. So we have a windows, part of the windows, I guess. I don't know what that is. That's interesting. That looks like some kind of dummy waiter. I don't know. Or this might have been some kind of window at some point. It looks like it was closed off. And I don't know why they did this paint job here. That was probably just a quick little paint job because they couldn't repaint the whole building. Yeah, you know. So, looks like this is the dumpster. And then this is the first garage. You can see how empty too the Auto Center is. It's very sad. It tells you the direction that Sears is heading. And wow, are those Sears Grand carts? Oh my goodness gracious, this is amazing. Do you realize once Sears actually goes under, these carts are going to go for a lot of money on eBay? People don't realize it now, but you know they're going to go for a lot of money. So be prepared, sellers. Anyways, this is the other part of the garage too. So I'm just giving you guys, and again, I do apologize if this video is long, but I want to make sure to get every little detail and every little aspect to make sure that this video will be staying here for many years to come after this Sears store goes defunct in April of 2020. It's very sad. Some handicap spots. Looks like this was I don't even know what this is actually, but anyways, guys, so we'll get a quick 3D view of this store and then we will conclude this video. So let's get a quick 3D view. So we got the southeast portion of the store. We got this portion of the store. The big northwest portion of the store, right over here. Over here we have the truck tunnel, which I was talking to you guys about earlier, and there's a little bridge actually that goes right over, so trucks pretty much go inside, and they load up the Sears store. This is the rest of the north side of the store. And finally to this side of the store as well. I don't know the exact entrances, guys. I apologize. This video has gone on for a little bit longer than expected, but I wanted to make sure to cover every little detail about this Sears and Roebuck store. And then finally we have the Sears Auto Center. That's the back portion, and then this is the other portion. This is the portion that actually faces United States Route 1. So, all right, so guys, that is about going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was my video about Sears and Roebuck closing at the Livingston Mall in Livingston, New Jersey, and the Sears and Roebuck store closing on United States Route 1 South in New Brunswick, New Jersey. So after these closings, there will be only a total of 7 Sears and Kmart stores left in New Jersey. So the following Sears stores that will be left in New Jersey after the closings are the Sears and Roebuck store in downtown Hackensack, Sears and Roebuck at Rockaway Town Square, and Sears and Roebuck at the Newport Center in Jersey City, New Jersey. So Sears and Roebuck downtown Hackensack, New Jersey, Sears and Roebuck Rockaway Town Square, Rockaway Dover, New Jersey, and Sears and Roebuck at Newport Center Mall in Jersey City, New Jersey. The following Kmart stores that will be left after these closures are the Kmart store in Westwood, New Jersey, the Kmart store in Kearney, New Jersey, the Kmart store in Belle Aviv, New Jersey, and the Kmart store in Avenel, New Jersey. So anyways, guys, that's about going to do it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to check the links in the description below for more information. So anyways, guys, thank you again for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed this video, and that will be it.